The Dallas night air, thick with the scent of exhaust fumes and the distant hum of the city, held a chilling silence. It was a silence broken only by the sporadic wail of sirens, a constant reminder of the city's undercurrent of tension. Yella Beezy, now Marquis DeAndre Conway, sat in a stark, sterile holding cell, the cold concrete a stark contrast to the vibrant stages he once commanded. The weight of the capital murder charge, a phrase that echoed in the hollow chambers of his mind, pressed down on him, a suffocating blanket of dread. The news had spread like wildfire, a digital contagion that swept through social media, news outlets, and the very streets of Dallas. The arrest, a culmination of years of speculation and simmering tensions, had sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, leaving a trail of disbelief and unanswered questions. The MO3, Melvin Noble, his name now synonymous with tragedy, had been brutally gunned down on a Texas interstate, a violent act that had left a gaping wound in the heart of the Dallas rap scene. The initial shock had given way to a gnawing sense of unease, a feeling that justice remained elusive, a phantom limb aching for resolution. The narrative surrounding Yella beezy's rise was one of raw talent and relentless ambition. From the streets of Dallas, he had carved out a space for himself, his music resonating with a generation hungry for authenticity. Hits like That's On Me had become anthems, their infectious energy propelling him from local hero to national recognition. Collaborations with established artists had further solidified his place in the industry, a testament to his undeniable charisma and musical prowess. But beneath the veneer of success, a darker narrative was unfolding, a story of escalating tensions and simmering rivalries that would ultimately lead to tragedy. Court documents, stark and unyielding, painted a chilling portrait of premeditated violence. They alleged that Yella beezy had not only been aware of the plot to kill MO3 but had actively orchestrated it, pulling the strings from behind the scenes. The accusation that he had employed Keyone White, a name now inextricably linked to the tragedy to carry out the hit, added a layer of cold calculation to the already shocking allegations. The interstate, a ribbon of concrete stretching into the vast Texas landscape, had become a stage for a brutal act, a scene forever etched in the collective consciousness. The timing of the arrest, years after MO3's death, raised a multitude of questions. What new evidence had come to light? What had prompted law enforcement to take such a drastic step? The initial arrest of Keyone White had offered a glimmer of hope for closure, but the lack of a direct link to Yella beezy had left a lingering sense of incompleteness. Now, with the capital murder charge hanging over Beezy's head, the narrative had shifted dramatically, transforming a tragedy into a complex legal drama. Concept of rap feuds, often played out in the public arena through social media and diss tracks, had taken a sinister turn. The line between artistic expression and real-world violence had blurred, leaving a chilling reminder of the potential consequences of unchecked animosity. MO3, known for his raw, unfiltered portrayal of street life, had become a tragic symbol of this reality. His music, a reflection of his own experiences, had resonated with listeners who saw themselves in his struggles and triumphs. His death, a violent punctuation mark in his rising career, had left a void that could never be filled. Question of motive, a central pillar in any criminal investigation, loomed large. What had driven Yella beezy to allegedly orchestrate such a heinous act? The documented tensions between the two rappers, the social media exchanges, the lyrical jabs, all pointed to a deep-seated animosity. But was this enough to explain the alleged involvement in a murder? The answers, shrouded in secrecy, remained locked within the confines of the investigation, waiting to be revealed in the courtroom. The implications of Yella beezy's arrest extended far beyond the legal realm. His career, once brimming with promise, now hung in the balance. The prospect of life in prison or even the death penalty cast a long, dark shadow over his future, transforming him from a rising star into a figure of tragic notoriety. His music, once celebrated for its energy and authenticity, would now be viewed through a different lens, tainted by the allegations of violence. The very essence of his artistry, once a source of celebration, was now a potential exhibit in a trial that would determine his fate. The reaction from the rap community was a complex tapestry of disbelief, condemnation, and cautious optimism. Some, quick to judge, condemned Beezy based on the severity of the charges. Others, more hesitant, urged restraint, emphasizing the principle of innocent until proven guilty. The divide reflected the deep-seated tensions within the industry, the constant struggle between loyalty and the pursuit of justice. Social media platforms became battlegrounds, with fans and fellow artists alike weighing in on the unfolding drama, their voices echoing the complexities of the case. The MO3's family, their grief still raw and palpable, found themselves caught in a whirlwind of emotions. The arrest, while offering a sense of progress, also brought back the pain of their loss, a constant reminder of the void left by his absence. Their desire for justice, a burning ember in their hearts, fueled their determination to see the case through to its conclusion. The legal battle ahead promised to be a protracted and highly publicized affair. Prosecution, armed with the weight of the capital murder charge, would meticulously build their case, presenting evidence linking Yella beezy to the planning and execution of the murder. The defense, equally determined, would dissect the prosecution's arguments, seeking to expose any weaknesses and inconsistencies. Courtroom, a stage for legal theater, would become a battleground for truth, a place where the fate of a man hung in the balance. Public, captivated by the unfolding drama, would scrutinize every detail, every piece of evidence, every legal maneuver. Social media, a relentless echo chamber, would amplify the voices of both supporters and detractors, creating a cacophony of opinions and speculations. Case, a microcosm of the larger societal debates surrounding violence, justice, and the complexities of the hip-hop culture, would become a national conversation. The weight of the capital murder charge, the most serious in the Texas legal system, underscored the gravity of the situation. The prospect of the death penalty, a stark and chilling reality, added a layer of urgency to the proceedings. The legal teams, both prosecution and defense, would be under immense pressure, their every move scrutinized, their every word analyzed. Every piece of evidence, every witness testimony, every legal argument would be dissected and analyzed by the media and the public alike. The investigation, a labyrinth of clues and dead ends, had finally led to this moment. The years of speculation, the unanswered questions, the lingering sense of injustice, had culminated in the arrest of Yella beezy. The road to justice, however, was still long and arduous. Trial, a complex tapestry of legal arguments and emotional testimonies, would determine the fate of a man and the legacy of a tragedy. The city of Dallas, a place where dreams were born and shattered, held its breath. The rap community, a tight-knit circle bound by shared experiences and artistic expression, grappled with the implications of the arrest. The fans, their loyalty tested, found themselves torn between their admiration for the artist and their desire for justice. The reality of the situation began to set in, the once celebrated rapper now facing the possibility of spending his life behind bars. The story of Yella beezy and MO3, a tale of ambition, rivalry, and violence, had become a cautionary narrative, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the consequences of unchecked animosity. The music, once a source of celebration and inspiration, now echoed with a haunting resonance, a reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface. Truth, elusive and multifaceted, remained hidden, waiting to be unveiled in the crucible of the courtroom. The journey to justice, a long and winding road, had only just begun. The effects of this case would be felt in the Dallas hip-hop scene for years to come.